Coming up on the Lakeside Loop, Lake Mills EMS was recognized during Friday's football game. We update you on Jonah Heyerholm and his injury.
Have you ever heard of water crossing, racing snowmobiles over open water? We show you two Lakeside students who do just that. That and more next. The Loop starts now. Welcome back to the Lakeside Loop. I'm Logan Wenzel.
And I'm Jonah Osmankowski. During last Friday's football game, Lakeside recognized the first responders and EMS workers of Lake Mills for all of their hard work and dedication. Lakeside student Jonah Heyerholm was seriously injured in a boating accident on Rock Lake on August 22nd. The Loop spoke to Jonah's mom about the accident and the recovery process.
So 4 weeks ago, the accident was of such magnitude they didn't know he should have died, really. The femoral artery is basically such a lifeline that when it's severed, you should bleed out in minutes. And it was only through the fast actions of medical staff, first responders for Lake Mills, and the family he was with that saved his life.
Jonah has already undergone 13 surgeries and has spent in the neighborhood of 40 hours in the operating room. He is scheduled for another surgery on Thursday.
So he's really hopeful that Thursday shows some relief on that angle. And then potentially he'll go in again the week after that, probably Tuesday. They're hopeful. And then maybe they can start to consider and have the conversation of what it might look like to get him home. The medical staff have been so enormously impressed with his personality, and they've even commented on how strong a faith he has. That whatever the outcome, it will be better than even Jonah could have imagined in the best case scenario of where this will end up. And the full recovery is years from now. We take every little milestone and hold on to it. But the overall reality is God is there. God walks every single step with us, and He has. And He has put physical people there where we have seen them, where it's just like, how did you know to be here?
Jonah's mom expressed her sincere appreciation for all of the acts of kindness and prayers by the Lakeside community. And Jonah has a message for you too.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for your thoughts and your prayers. I'm working on getting out of here so I can see you guys hopefully soon. Thanks to all the teachers who have helped or called to stay in touch. I miss you guys.
If you would like to read updates on Jonah's progress or donate to help the family, you can find a link on the Lakeside homepage under News and Announcements. Lakeside students are also selling bracelets at varsity games to raise funds for Jonah and his family. The Lakeside community would like to thank the first responders and Lake Mills EMS for their service and for helping Jonah. And God's blessings to Jonah and his family.
Hey grade school students, have you seen this man? That's Mr. Lauber, and you might see him and a few Lakeside students on your school campus. They'll introduce you to all the fun things you can do at Lakeside.
So basically every year, Mr. Lauber goes on a trip to all these grade schools, and he takes along with him about 4 Lakeside students. What he does is he goes around to all these schools and helps promote Lakeside.
The kids really like it at all the schools because he gives out like $2 bills and a bunch of free Lakeside merch when he goes, as well as he shows off the new What's New at Lakeside videos and a couple other things too.
Not only is it fun for the students that Mr. Lauber visits, but it's also fun for the high school students that Mr. Lauber takes with him. Sometimes 1 or 2 of those students, they would perform, like, for example, me and Isaac Winters, we played piano. Some kids do forensics, like they give speeches, they read stories. Sometimes we go to different restaurants between schools.
Mr. Lauber goes to somewhere between 20 and 25-ish schools over the span of about 3-4 weeks. Usually it's September, early October. And then he goes and visits them again late October, early November.
Swing Choir is back. We spoke with Mathia Lenz about how it's going and what it's about.
I drank champagne with kings and queens. The politicians praise my name.
In Swing Choir, we basically learn some songs and then we learn the dances for those songs, and we have an amazing choreographer who teaches us them.
Once you get there, remember that's when you're marking time, so the band thing where you just pick up your heels.
We have been practicing Swing Choir for we started in like the beginning or like middle of August, so it's been like a month and a half or so.
The Swing Choir has also been preparing for Choral Fest.
Choral Fest, which is kind of what we've been preparing for now, is this kind of like a concert where a bunch of Wells schools go to, and this year it is at MLC in New Ulm, I believe. And yeah, you basically just perform your song with a bunch of other schools. It's just a lot of fun.
Good luck on your upcoming performances, Swing Choir.
Students at Lakeside have a tendency to break their Chromebooks. Luckily, we have students and teachers who are willing to help.
In computer maintenance, one of the main tasks we have is to, of course, repair broken Chromebooks that are broken either by students or by accident. But when we don't have any Chromebooks to work on, another one of our tasks is to help teachers with their either laptops or their desktop computers. One of our projects right now is to help Mr. Meski with building computers for his room. There is a lot that goes into it. With organizing parts and keeping everything in order, it is a huge logistical nightmare, but we do get everything done. Probably the most wide issue we have with Chromebooks is broken screens, with either seniors being seniors or newer students. The thing I really like about computer maintenance is it takes a break from the rest of school. You get to work with your hands. You can not only apply these skills here, but you can go almost anywhere and apply these skills, from working in an office to working in a machine shop. If I was to recommend computer maintenance for the techier side, I would definitely recommend anybody who has even a minimal interest in computers, as it slingshot even me, who used to know absolutely nothing about computers, right into the field of being able to work on them and help. Not even here, at work I can help people if they're having problems.
Thanks to the computer maintenance class for helping us with our broken computers.
Last week, Ethan Degner told us about racing a race car. This weekend, Jenna and Ethan Degner participated in a different kind of racing.
So it's watercross. You get a snowmobile and you transfer it so it can go across water, and you just run it over water. Right before the race, the adrenaline's building up because there's lights that go yellow, 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 green. And on green you have to go, but if you go too early, then you get red and you get disqualified for that race. So you don't want to go too early, but you want to go soon enough to beat the other person onto the water. When you're on the water, you don't have that much control, and you actually have to hold it wide open, which is throttle to the handlebar, because if you slow down, you'll start to sink. The first time I ever did this, I didn't really know what to expect. I thought it was going to be a lot more worse than what it was. I went across, but I did not make it. I actually sunk, but the sled wasn't running right, we found out, so yeah. When it starts to sink, you're wearing a life jacket, so it's not like you're trying to tread water, but when it starts to sink, you have to pull this cord that kills the sled, or tap a button that just kills it also, because you don't want the water to go into the motor. But then you just sit there and let someone pull you out. At our practice place, we practiced at a pond. We just used like a UTV, and then we tied it to a rope and you get dragged out. But this past weekend at the races, if you sunk, they come with a boat and they hook up the boat and they pull it up, and then it just hangs there and takes you back to shore. Turning, you have to like lean, but it does not turn very good. So that's why when you're in the lane, lined up ready to go, you have to make sure you're straight, so when you get across the water, you get to the land where you're supposed to get. There's many people that do a lot of races and they travel different places and go. We usually don't, we just do this one. It's once a year for us, but it takes a lot of work to practice, get the sled right, so you can keep going over the water.
Thanks for sharing this unique experience. And now, it's teacher time.
Teacher time, teacher time, teacher time with Jaden Thundercloud.
Salutations, I'm Jaden Thundercloud, and I am annoying. I need an explanation for everything in life. I'm like a little kid who always asks why whenever their parents say something. Your favorite color is blue? Why? You think that pineapple belongs on pizza? Prove it. You think that Shrek 2 isn't a masterpiece of film? What the heck is wrong with you? But needing proof for everything in life has really made me love geometry and all the 2-column proofs that you have to write. So this week, we are interviewing the theorem theologian, the postulate professor, the new geometry teacher, Mr. Trebish.
What do you want to know, Jaden?
What do you like most about Lakeside so far?
I think that's an easy one, just the family feel. The faculty's been super inviting and welcoming. The students seem very, very receptive and just willing to work, and everybody just kind of is part of the Warrior family.
What's your favorite teacher to work with?
Ooh. I'd say so far, since I've had some good math questions, I'd probably say Mr. Hackbarth.
What is your favorite type of cheese?
Ooh. Gotta be American.
Would you rather have pogo sticks for arms or legs?
Definitely legs.
How does it feel to follow in the footsteps of Mr. Nathan Sievert?
Well, he's left some very big shoes to fill, but I'm up for the challenge, and I hope I can deliver.
Lakeside is better than prep, right?
Oh, absolutely.
What was the last time you used geometry when you weren't teaching it?
The last time I used geometry besides teaching would have been this summer. We put a backyard fire pit in, so I had to measure the circumference of the pit that I wanted to know how many of the wedge stones I was going to buy from Menards.
Circles C1 and C2 have equal radii and are tangent to that same line L. Circle C3 is tangent to C1 and C2. X is the distance between the centers of C1 and C2. Find the distance h from the center of C3 to line L in terms of x and the radii of all three circles.
Do I get some scratch paper for that one, Jaden?
Absolutely not.
No? All right, well, I'm going to defer until I can work that one out.
How does this image make you feel?
Oh, goodness. Am I a chipmunk or a groundhog? What is going on here? I like the inequality, though. I think that's probably true. Sorry, Mr. Sievert. Oh, that's a beaver. Okay. That's even better. All right. That's tremendous.
All right. And now you're in the loop. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jonah Osmankowski.
And I'm Logan Wenzel. Tune in next week when we'll bring you highlights from the Lakeside Girls Golf Team Conference win. We'll leave you with some more footage of Jenna Degner participating in water crossing.